How can you help a loved one who doesn't have an estate plan when you think that they should have one? My name is Amanda Rocha. I am an estate planning and probate attorney in California, and this is a situation I am contacted about almost daily. Before I get into it, let me give you my contact information so that you can contact me about this issue when you have this as a question for yourself. You can find me on my website. I'm at www.amandarochala.com. You can comment on this video or podcast if this allows you to down below, or you can follow along on my social media. I'm at Amanda Rocha Law. So let's just say you have a parent who owns property in California, real property, and they don't have a trust. And you know that when your parent passes away, you're going to have to administer a probate for them in order to inherit that property because they do not intend on selling it. What do? Because you can't put it in a trust for them. You can't force them to, and maybe they don't even want to listen to what you have to say because you're their child, you're not their lawyer, right? How do you nudge them in the right direction? It is so difficult to give good advice on this because everybody is so different. Oftentimes, there are a couple of things that help. One is to see how much probate costs, which to a lot of people is enough reason right then and there to say, I don't want my money to be spent on a court process when it could just immediately go straight to my children or whoever. A lot of people don't like the fact that probate is fees and costs that are set by the legislature in California. You can't shop around for cheaper attorneys because we all use the same formula to calculate what it is that we are receiving for doing that job for you. It's something that the legislature has set, and the same estate is going to cost the same amount in attorney's fees for every single attorney that you approach. So that alone is a big reason why a lot of people choose to go and get a trust or other estate planning documents to deal with other kinds of property. If it's not money that is going to motivate your loved one, perhaps it's the fact that probate's public. Maybe they're private people and they need to understand that anything that they own that's going to go through probate is public. Anybody can go to court and get documents. Sometimes you don't even need to go. You just do it online. Download the will, or if there was one, download the probate petition, and everything is public and available to everyone. Might cost a couple of dollars, but that's basically the only barrier. So if privacy is a concern of theirs, they'll want to avoid probate and they should set up an estate plan. Other things to consider are, do they want any of their children or heirs to not receive something from them? That's called disinheritance. If they don't want to give everything equally to their heirs, then they need to set up an estate plan because you can only disinherit someone on purpose. It needs to be explicit in your estate plan. So even if you make a will or a trust and you just don't write down one of your kids' names, the law assumes you made a mistake. They do not ever assume that you are going to disinherit them by leaving them out. You have to intentionally write it down. So that may be another way to convince them to do it. Sometimes it's they see a friend or a family member going through the probate process. They realize they don't want to do that. Or you might have to tell them, mortgage has to be paid throughout probate. So if I can't get access to your estate for 2 years after you pass away, your house may go through foreclosure while we're trying to get it to be passed along as inheritance because I don't have the money in my own accounts to pay for it, and I can't access your accounts and pay for it until a judge has disseminated everything. So there are some approaches you can take. Sometimes people are open to just speaking to me and not taking their children's word for it. And the thing is, whoever hires me to do their estate is my client, not their children, not the person who found me on Google. It is whose estate it is. That's who my client is. So I cannot discuss your estate with anybody else. It's attorney-client privilege. So if you are an adult child of a parent and you contact me and you had no questions about their estate, I can't tell you anything unless your parent has given me explicit permission to talk to you about it. So your parents can rest easy if you find me and you tell them, hey, there's someone I'd like you to talk to that can explain why an estate plan is appropriate or preferred. I can do that, but I don't have to share any of their information with anybody that they don't want me to share it with. So if you have questions about this or you'd like to discuss this further with me, you can contact me through my website, www.amandarochala.com. You can comment down below if this platform allows you to do that, or follow along on my social media. I'm at Amanda Rocha Law. Thank you.